Let's go! TJ Finley. Are you kidding me? Could he be the starting quarterback in Tiger Stadium this weekend? Well, the first thing we want to do is ask this question. Would you rather face TJ Finley or Bo Nix on Saturday? And as many of you know, TJ Finley led Auburn on a pretty wild comeback against Georgia State. They were actually down 24-12. TJ Finley is inserted into the game, and then of course he picks up this QB sneak. So let's actually do a quick evaluation of how he performed against Georgia State. He was actually the 5th highest rated quarterback according to Pro Football Focus, and this is one of the big reasons why. Bo Nix, I don't know if he can make a throw like this, but this is pretty impressive stuff right here, because protection actually breaks down on this play, and they eventually find their way through, and TJ is already delivering this football. And as many of you know, his arm is pretty much as good as any SEC quarterback. So we start off here with this fourth quarter. You've already seen 2 impressive plays up to this point, the QB sneak. And let me know what you guys think of TJ's performance. And this is really the bigger thing before we actually show you this throw. Look at this pass protection. Perfect. Absolutely perfect, okay? So they're bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys against a 6-man protection. They're bringing a delayed blitz from this backer. So we need TJ to make a throw that is catchable to a guy in man coverage, and that is what he does. AD just did not get any separation whatsoever. None of the receivers got any separation. It was a good blitz call, and they ran all deep routes. So it looks like that's a bad throw, but that was actually really good quarterbacking and really good pass protection right there from TJ. So far, based on the plays that we are seeing, he's playing pretty well. Now here he is back in the pocket. Once again, really good pass protection. And he throws a bomb here, and he misses this guy. That's a bad miss right here. Once again, TJ's arm strength, he just overshoots a lot of guys. And even though Auburn has good receivers, this is not Terrace Marshall he's throwing the football to. Even then, he had plenty of room to drop this ball in, and it's just a bad miss. So we move to this 3rd and 5, and this is one of the more impressive plays I've seen a true sophomore quarterback make. So 3rd and 5, more than likely you're going to punt the football if you don't get this. So we need TJ Finley to step up and make a play. Good job reading this offensive line. They're washing all these guys upfield. Now TJ's got to make a decision, and he sees that both of these guys are coming and makes a nice little dink and dunk throw. I don't know if TJ had that in his arsenal last year. He made an impressive throw to Eric Gilbert versus Arkansas. That's kind of similar to this one. But that's just really, really, really good quarterbacking right there. Okay? Now we get a jet sweep motion right here. And their box is loaded here. Okay? So we need TJ to make a play. He's rolling out to his right. He stops once he sees this pressure coming, and he delivers a ball over the middle. This is a missile, and he misses his wide receiver again. Snap here was a little hot and a little low, so that kind of threw the timing off just a little bit, but still, we need our quarterback to step up and make a play. He's rolling out to his right. This is good quarterbacking right here. Stopping once he sees this guy is coming hard. A lot of quarterbacks just keep trying to drift this way and beat this contain. He stops, knows that this deep post is going to be open over the middle, sees the space. He just did not execute the throw. Now, this wasn't as bad of a miss from a few throws ago. He gets the snap. Once again, they're bringing pressure. It's picked up fairly well again. He steps up, makes this guy miss, and essentially does the same thing you saw a minute ago. Amazing playmaking ability. So here we go. I think Auburn missed a field goal to end that drive, which is unlike them. They have a really good field goal kicker. Let's see, 2nd and 11. TJ, that's a bad drop. I remember this. And that's a really good throw there to make it a more manageable 3rd. So bad drop there. And I don't know how Auburn got the first down, but we continue. TJ FINLEY back in the pocket. Pocket wasn't perfect there. The arm strength, though, it really is impressive. Now, here we go. TJ FINLEY gets this snap. They're running a twist stunt up here. Protection. Look at how well they pass that twist off. That's really well done. And now TJ didn't really have much mobility at LSU. Nasty. Nasty. Look at that. Makes that guy miss in the open field. And overall, TJ just looks trimmer. Could be the single-digit number. I don't know. He showed some mobility at times, but his overall pocket presence at LSU was not good. Now, full disclosure, TJ didn't have a great offensive line when he was at LSU. This unit is slightly better now, but they were atrocious last year. And TJ, once again, played the tougher defenses on LSU's schedule. Now, some of that doesn't excuse some of his play, but he was just a true freshman. And watching him play with the confidence that he played coming off the bench, helping your team avoid an embarrassing loss, is pretty good, even though he missed this deep throw as well. Okay? This will be a big game for Jaquelin Roy, especially if TJ's going to play. They're picking all this up. There's just no pressure whatsoever. Once again, this is not an easy throw to make, okay? The better option probably is to just hit your check down here on 1st and 10, but you are down by a touchdown. You take this shot. You just got to execute it. Bad throw. If you just throw it towards the U, he's walking in there for a touchdown, okay? 2nd and 10. See what happens here. Okay. TJ FINLEY stepping up here. That's covered, so he's rolling out to the right. And this is one of the few times we saw him rolling out. Makes that contained defender miss. And now he's directing traffic. That's really impressive. I understand this is Georgia State. That's just a really impressive play. So this is a bad miss TJ had right here to win the game. And essentially, you're not going to be able to see this. This receiver runs a stop and then curls around upfield. Not the easiest throw, okay? This isn't a blatantly, unbelievably awful miss, but it's still pretty bad, okay? He's locked in. And you see here, you still got to make that throw to win the game. You still do. Okay, it was there. Now, here's the thing. Before we show you the miraculous TJ FINLEY play, the first thing he said in his press availability was he takes 110% of the blame on that throw. So now we get to the big-time TJ FINLEY play. And they're bringing a blitz, and this time the protection breaks down, okay? He had good protection up to this point, and Tank Bigsby actually misses this, okay? So this is what LSU went through last week, where the running back and the offensive line had a miscommunication. Does he pick up the interior guy or the exterior guy? So they both are late in picking up the interior guy, and he's able to fight through. And TJ said this was the first time he's ever spun out of pressure. It was actually not smart to spin this way. If he had continued to spin, he is getting sacked for the loss, okay? But this is just ridiculous body control to make this guy miss. Now everything is haywire, and he still had the presence of mind of getting a football off. He gets crushed, and it's right on the money. Obviously, a lot of luck involved on that. 2 guys right there to make the sack, but that's just great playmaking ability. Alrighty, and then we get this 2-point conversion play to end off this film study. And what you'll see here on this rollout to the right, this is really impressive because, you had that emotional play to give them the lead, but you really need this 2-point because there's still plenty of time for them to drive down with 3 timeouts just to kick a field goal. And this is just really a great play call right here by Harsin. You have the flat here that he could have gone to, and then he had two open receivers. I think one of them probably broke off a route because it ran basically the same route. But this is really impressive right here from TJ. Look at how, I mean, he throws, he has so much arm strength. It's so effortless, throwing off his right foot, his off foot, and that ball is just a missile right into that space. Alrighty, so is TJ Finley now a good quarterback for Auburn compared to what he did last season? Well, first, let's talk about this actual performance against Georgia State. It was pretty good. Now, Pro Football Focus, like we said, has TJ Finley as a top 5 quarterback based on his performance. Now, once again, Pro Football Focus has way better evaluators of quarterback talent than me. They actually look at everyone, but in this performance, it's hard for me to believe that this was the 5th best quarterback performance in all of college football because you guys saw it for yourself. There were so many missed throws here from TJ Finley, and once again, this was against Georgia State, a 1-2 football team that had some really ugly losses, even though they played really well last week in their only win. Still, the level of competition here wasn't necessarily the absolute best, but you go look at a stat like QBR. TJ Finley's QBR was 79, which obviously is pretty good. How different do we view it if this miraculous play was not completed? I don't know. I honestly don't know. And guess what? All this might be moot because Bo Nix might actually be the starter next week. Now, obviously, comment down below. I am curious your thoughts. Who would you prefer to play, Bo Nix or TJ Finley? Let me do a Bo Nix evaluation. I'll give you my honest answer, but I'm not going to lie. I think I would prefer to face TJ Finley over Bo Nix. And if you're watching this on the premiere, we're about to do a live stream on this glorious Tuesday to talk about my reasons as to why. But we're going to dive a little deeper into that question, obviously, as the week goes on. Now, a few things here about TJ Finley. This was really good. And I do want to add in there that it does help out that TJ Finley actually had competent offensive line play because last year he did not have that. It was the same offensive line LSU has, which is struggling right now, but worse. And TJ Finley, once again, played the tougher defenses on LSU's schedule. The only issue, of course, were the back-breaking turnovers that he made, in particular against Auburn on this field and against Texas A&M. And let's be honest, let's be fair, Max Johnson behind that same offensive line did not make the same back-breaking turnovers. He only had 1 interception in his 2 starts, and obviously TJ was kind of sort of a turnover machine. Let's focus on the now. It is pretty clear Max Johnson is starting to play better compared to how he actually started the season. He was not great against UCLA, but since then he has constantly been getting better and better. And we honestly can't really say too much about TJ Finley as a starter now because he has yet to start a game at Auburn. Whether it's Bo Nix or TJ Finley, one thing that both of them struggled with in watching both of them on film is when defensive coordinators throw exotic looks and roll coverage pre and post snap. So I don't think this is a matchup where LSU can just be static on the back end defensively. And I also think, on top of all of this, Auburn, of course, is going to be a run-first team with Tank Bigsby as a running back. But here's the good thing. Even though this video is ending right now, we're going to have all different types of breakdowns. And if you're watching this on Premiere, we are getting ready to fire up a live stream. Now, if you want a deeper breakdown of what I thought about TJ Finley's LSU career, once again, it is really deep. You can watch that video right here. And up here, there is a stat that Max Johnson, it's a curse on LSU quarterbacks that Max could be breaking right now. That video is in the top part of the screen right up here. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom! Oh, we're doing bison tacos again tonight. Let's go.